So our syllabus, may I start now?
Yes, sir.
Our syllabus includes the metabolism, intestinal uptake, fat transport, utilization of stored fat. This portion is being highlighted red, and that is within the syllabus of digestive system. Till I have given some information in the previous class. Today is the activation of fatty acids, beta oxidation and synthesis of fatty acids. Beta oxidation of fatty acids, it is a catabolic process. It occurs in the mitochondria of the cell, of all the cells. It did not occur in RBC. Why? Because there is no mitochondria and the central nervous system. So these are the two regions of our body where the beta oxidation did not occur. Both RBC and neurons use the carbohydrate, so they did not get the energy from the fat. But neurons use ketone bodies as well as carbohydrate. So this is the difference between the RBC and neuron. RBC only use the carbohydrate as a source of energy, but neurons use the ketone bodies and carbohydrate as a source of energy. In other part of our body, the cell, mitochondria of the cell, here the beta oxidation of fatty acids occurs. The end product of this beta oxidation of fatty acid is the acetyl coenzyme A. The full form is the acetyl coenzyme A, and which ultimately enters the tricarboxylic acid cycle or citric acid cycle or Krebs cycle. Here the NADH and FADH2 coenzymes are used in the electron transport chain. Now what is the electron transport chain? Here is the reaction, chemical reaction, where that is called the redox. What is the redox reaction? You know it very well that here there is a transfer of certain electrons from one chemicals and another chemicals will accept it. So there is a donor and acceptor. And here both oxidation and reduction, both the process of chemical reaction is there in the redox. This is the electron transport chain. This is the very important to note here in the beta oxidation. Hello, आवाज नहीं आएगा?
इसमें नहीं आएगा सर वो तिरछा।
Hello.
सर आ रही है।
Hello. Why it is called the beta oxidation? The answer is that beta carbon of the fatty acids undergoes the oxidation to carbonyl group. What is the carbonyl group? Previously I told it is the ketone group. So the name is due to the beta carbon of the fatty acids which undergoes the oxidation to a carbonyl group. That's why it is called the beta oxidation of fatty acids. The stages. First starts the lipolysis. Lipo means fat and the lysis means breakdown. So here the fat is being breakdown, and there are two conditions. One is the fat cells, another is the blood. So there is an interlink between the blood and the fat cells, and the process lipolysis occurs. In the blood, there is the presence of hormone epinephrine and the insulin. The concentration of epinephrine should be more and concentration of insulin should be less. So these hormone enters in the fat cells, that is adipocytes or adipose tissue. There it binds to beta adrenergic receptor in the cell wall of the fat cells. So the fat cells wall contains a receptor. The epinephrine binds with this receptor and there is a release of cyclic adenosine monophosphate in the cell, and this cyclic adenosine monophosphate will activate the protein kinase. This protein kinase spelling is wrong here, the next one is the right one. It induces the phosphorylation and ultimately they activate cholesterol ester hydrolase. The other name of this hormone sensitive lipase. Why have we given the oblique marks? Because in some books it is called the cholesterol ester hydrolase and in some books it is called the hormone sensitive lipase. Both are same. And these enzymes split the triglyceride to the fatty acids and glycerol. So what is the triglyceride? It is the stored fat. Where it is found? It is found in the adipose cell, adipocytes. So the changes, chemical reactions occurs in the fat cell, and that's why there is a formation of free fatty acids and glycerol which enters in the blood, in the peripheral blood, and most fatty acids in human plasma are 16 or 18 carbon atom long. This 16 or 18 carbon atom long, you have to remember it. Next, transport. In the blood, there is the fatty acids, free fatty acids and the glycerol. Now the free fatty acids binds in the blood with the plasma albumin. After that, it is metabolized, it is uptake, means being taken by the metabolized cells. How the metabolized cells, in the metabolized cells these fatty acids will enter. It diffuses through the cell membrane of the cell along with ATP and transferred to acyl coenzyme A in the cytosol. What is the cytosol? It is the liquid content of a cell which contains all the cytoplasm, all the organelles and other substances. So the free fatty acid is being taken up by the cytosol of all the cells. After that, it enters in the mitochondria. How? Carnitine acyl coenzyme A transferates, the short form CAT. This helps the entry of acyl coenzyme A in the mitochondrial matrix across the inner membrane of the mitochondria. You can remember that mitochondria has got the two membranes, one is the inner and the outer, and the matrix in the inside part. So this SCAT helps the entry of the acyl coenzyme A in the mitochondrial matrix. Now the beta oxidation of fatty acid starts. In the mitochondria, it will follow the four stages of reaction. First reaction is that dehydrogenation by FAD, flavin adenine dinucleotide. Acyl coenzyme A, in the presence of an electron acceptor. I told you it is the electron chain reaction. So this is the acceptor, that is the FAD, and which is the process is dehydrogenation. Enzyme is acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase, and the ultimate product is trans delta 2 enol coenzyme A and FADH2. So repeating again, acyl coenzyme A reacts with, catalyzed by the acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase, in presence of an electron acceptor FAD, by the process of dehydrogenation, change to trans delta 2 enol coenzyme A and FADH2, and there is a formation of double bond between C2 and C3, carbon 2 and carbon 3 position. Second stage of the reaction beta oxidation is hydration. Trans delta 2 enol coenzyme A is hydrated at the double bond to produce L3 hydroxyacyl coenzyme A. What is the L? L means the isomer. There are two isomers in the chemistry, L and the D. It is the isomer of coenzyme A hydroxyacyl, and the enzyme is there enol. The spelling is wrong, it should be the enol coenzyme A hydratase. So this is the hydration. After then again oxidation by NAD, L3 hydroxyl coenzyme A, again in presence of an electron acceptor NAD, it is oxidized by hydroxyacyl coenzyme A dehydrogenases to produce 3-ketoacyl coenzyme A NADH and hydrogen ion, which is again catalyzed by 3-hydroxyacyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase to form beta-ketoacyl coenzyme A. So these third stage, that is the oxidation, includes two stages. One, L3 hydroxyacyl coenzyme is converted to the 3-ketoacyl coenzyme A. Number two, 3-hydroxy coenzyme A dehydrogenase again converts the 3-ketoacyl coenzyme A to the beta-ketoacyl coenzyme A. So what's happened here? First of all, there was the second stage, that means the hydroxyl group is changed to the ketone group. The fourth stage and the last. Why it is the name thiolysis? It is initiated by the enzyme thiolase. Beta-ketoacyl coenzyme A and coenzyme ASH. Coenzyme ASH is the sulfhydryl functional group. Up till now we know the carboxyl group, the carbonyl group. Here is the sulfhydryl functional group. It is a type of the coenzyme which cleaves, means splits by thiolase. Thiolase is enzyme, that's why it is called the thiolysis. It breaks the bond between the C2 and 3, that is the alpha and beta carbons of 3-ketoacyl coenzyme A, and it forms the acyl coenzyme A and acetyl coenzyme A. Acyl and acetyl. The ultimatum I told you, end product of the beta hydroxidation is the acyl coenzyme A. So this process again continues till two separate acetyl coenzyme A units are produced. Hence, the acyl coenzyme A unit is shortened by 2 carbon atoms. It means here there is a reaction of acetyl coenzyme A is changed to the acyl coenzyme A, and this is the end product of the beta oxidation. So this is the beta oxidation. Next comes the fatty acid synthesis or lipogenesis. Lipo means fat and genesis means production. What's happened in the neutral fat? There is a triacyl glycerol. The triacyl glycerol is synthesized by the process, and triacyl glycerol and fatty acid is synthesized by a process in the adipose tissue. from acetyl coenzyme, and this is called the lipogenesis. So the lipogenesis is the reverse of oxidation. In the oxidation we get the acyl coenzyme, and here we get the conversion of the acetyl coenzyme to the triglycerol acyl and fatty acids. It is again starts from the mitochondria, as we just the reverse of the beta oxidation. Alpha beta unsaturated acetyl coenzyme is catalyzed by alpha beta unsaturated acetyl reductase to a saturated compound, that is a long chain fatty acids, and NADPH and H plus ion. Pyridoxal phosphate acts as coenzyme, and it condenses acetyl coenzyme A with acyl coenzyme A. So there is in the mitochondria the process is condensation, conversion, alpha beta unsaturated acetyl coenzyme A enzyme, alpha beta unsaturated acetyl reductase, end product a long chain fatty acids and NADPH and hydrogen ion. So this is the mitochondrial system. Microsomal, it will be the microsomal system. Here the elongation of the chain, acyl coenzyme along with NADPH and hydrogen ion converted to higher fatty acids by malonyl coenzyme A. Acyl group contains saturated series from C10 to C16 and some unsaturated C18 fatty acid. It should be remembered, acyl group contains both the saturated and unsaturated, and saturated includes the C10 to 16 and unsaturated includes the C18. Fasting prevent this. If a person is going on in a fasting, so this chain elongation will be disturbed. Third stage, extra mitochondrial system for de novo synthesis. De novo synthesis, here is the formation of palmitic acid from acetyl coenzyme in the cytoplasm by the fatty acid synthase. So ultimatum of this lipogenesis is palmitic acid. Where from reaction will be started? Acetyl coenzyme A. And which enzyme? Fatty acid synthase. Where it will occur? In the cytoplasm of all the cell. This lipogenesis occurs in 3 organs in our body. One is the liver, lactating mammary gland, and the brain. Fatty acid synthase is composed of a group of enzymes and ACP. There are 6 enzymes and 1 ACP molecule. These 7 constitute the fatty acid synthase. Ketoacyl synthase, acetyl acylase, enol reductase, hydratase, ketoacyl reductase, it should be thioesterase. So these are the enzymes. ACP is the acyl carrier protein. It contains 4-phosphopentathiene as its prosthetic group, that is the SH group, sulfohydryl group, functional group, sulfohydryl functional group, previously I told that is the SH. So this fatty acid synthase is the whole enzyme. Here, very peculiar, you will get one enzyme will be converted to the other by another enzyme. Now how this reaction will start? The first reaction is that acetyl coenzyme A carboxylated in presence of ATP by acetyl CoA carboxylase malonyl coenzyme A. Acetyl coenzyme A carboxylase has a requirement of biotin. Biotin is an enzyme and it is a multi-enzyme protein, biotin. So first is the carboxylation of biotin. Second is the transfer of the carboxyl to acetyl coenzyme A to form the malonyl coenzyme A. So this is the first reaction. Second reaction, acetyl coenzyme A combines with cysteine SH group and catalyzed by acetyl transacylase. Third stage, malonyl CoA coenzyme A combines with adjacent SH and 4-phosphopentothionein of ACP acyl carrier protein of the other monomer and catalyzed by the malonyl transacylase. Fourth stage, you will get the acetyl group again attacks the methylene group of malonyl residue. The whole the malonyl is not being catalyzed, so some of them are there. It is this residue will attack by the acetyl group of enzyme and catalyzed by 3-ketoacyl synthase and ultimately form the 3-ketoacyl enzyme. 3-ketoacyl synthase is reduced by 3-ketoacyl reductase. Everywhere you are getting the enzyme is converted to enzyme by the another enzyme. This is a very important to know. 3-ketoacyl synthase is an enzyme. It is reduced by 3-ketoacyl reductase. It is an enzyme and to form the 3-hydroxyacetyl enzyme and also by reduced NADP. 3-ketoacyl enzyme is dehydrated by hydratase enzyme and to form 2,3 unsaturated acyl enzyme. Here is also. In the 7th, this is again reacted by enol reductase and to form the acyl enzyme by the help of reduced NADP. Reduced NADP is very needed in all the cases. Acyl enzyme is acted upon by the thioesterase. It is again enzyme and water and to form the palmitate. I told you previously, the last end product of this lipogenesis is the formation of palmitate or palmitic acid. And after recycling through steps 1 to 4, 7 times, this palmitate will be formed after repeating the cycle from step 1 to 4, 7 times, ultimately we will get the palmitate. The overall reaction is that acetyl coenzyme A, malonyl coenzyme A, 14 malonyl coenzyme A plus 10 hydrogen ion form the palmitate, 7 molecule of carbon dioxide, 6 molecule of the water and 8 molecules of the coenzyme A SH. This is a coenzyme and 14 NADP plus. So what we are observing here we are observing that some substances change to another one by a reaction. If you go through the reaction, it is very difficult to remember. I think that if you follow this way, I have highlighted the particular substance which is catalyzed by the particular enzyme and the end product by the red. So you can remember this. Here you have to remember all these steps. Nothing is there, only to follow and remember the stages of the reaction. So this is the lipogenesis. I have completed the lipid biochemistry. Next class, in the next class, I will start the enzyme.
इज इट
Okay.
कंप्लीट सर?